Hello, can you guys hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Okay, we got some volume. We got some volume. All right. Looks like it's working. All right, we got some. Okay, cool. We looks like that. Okay, some people are coming in. Sorry, guys, this is not my normal setup. As you can see, have also a disappearing invisible mic, which is hilarious. We're streaming off of the Restream Studio, but also off of my wife's laptop. Yeah, my power is out, so just dealing with that, but no big deal. No big deal. It's just the camera's probably just going to be a little bit laggy because I'm also running off of tethered internet. So that adds another caveat. So I'm using not only someone else's laptop, but then I'm also using tethered internet. So, but we wanted to at least be able to share our screen and show you guys the bullishness that is happening right now, and at least just get a little short stream out, even if it's for 10-15 minutes, just to say hello and wish you guys all a happy Friday and hope you're feeling well, hope you're feeling good. If you've been watching the channel this past week, we were talking to you guys about these bullish movements that are now happening because we broke up above the 618 Fibonacci and also broke above and traded now above the 786. So the next target is going to be this 70K. And so I'm really excited to see where the price is indeed going to be heading, as long as we don't have any major resistance. But we are going to hit, there's always going to be some resistance up at some of these levels. We have the previous market resistance from the previous bull market. And so we could be hitting that. And by the way, guys, I do apologize for any laggy internet because I'm just running off of just like juice right now, just a little bit of juice. Let's see, maybe we can use Blockchain Center. All right, so right now Bitcoin is sitting at $66,268. We got Ethereum at $2,691. We have BNB, and some bullish news with CZ is actually reported that he has been released today, and so this is making I think, a bullish round going into BNB, because the market's been basically giving a lot of the attention. Recently was Toncoin, it was Solana, and now it's been Sui and Say. I've been getting a lot of traction in terms of altcoin support. And so I think I think people kind of forget that BNB was what actually really started that DeFi summer, that DeFi madness in 2021 and in January. From January to August, BNB went up almost over 1,000%. It went from $35 to $700. So I don't know if you guys remember that, but it was insane. It was just massive. So yeah, are we good on the? Can you see my screen? Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. And I do apologize, guys. I know this isn't my normal setup. I know this isn't my normal streaming setup, but we still wanted to do our best. Even if the power is out, we are going to still stream. Oh man. I remember during 2020 and 2021 during the lockdowns, we were still I worked at a church, and we were still recording services, and we were still streaming, like live streaming. We did everything we could to still you know get the message out. So it's sometimes I kind of feel like that with crypto, or kind of with something like this. It's like, hey, the power's out, but at the same time, you can't make excuses. You have to just you gotta get it done. All right. So Dogecoin is actually sitting at 12 cents right now. So Dogecoin was heading up into a really sweet pattern, testing up into 13 cents. And so let's see if we can get a nice little chart here. I'd like to look at the chart. If we go back and let's see if we can really, Coin Market Cap always has just like way too much stuff going on. And a lot of the times it likes to crash. Yeah, like that. Something went wrong. All right, maybe we can do this. Let's go to, let's do this. Maybe we'll just close this and we'll try this one more again. There we go. Let's try. This computer's trying so hard, guys. It's like really breathing heavy. It's breathing heavy. Will it be able to load the chart? That's why I'm not even going to attempt to go to Trading View. But all right, let's try that. Let's try that. We're going to try and go to Trading View real quick. I'm surprised 19 of you are watching this absolute atrocious live stream from like just in the trenches right now with this tethered internet and this computer. It's just like a dinosaur, but we're gonna do our best. All right, let's see if we can. Let's see if we can just like. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, gosh. Let's see if it'll let us do the candles, and we'll go to the 7-day. Or the monthly. No, I don't use that either. All right, so what are you guys right now? What are you excited about? What's your favorite altcoin that you are? Someone says Doge is dead. It's hippo time. Mooding up only. Yep, I know. Yeah, I've been seeing that. I've been seeing that. That's been pumping up the ranks. Let me see. Let me see if we can go to. Let's see if this will pull up. This might be our saving grace for pulling up some charts. I hope you guys are having a good Friday wherever you are. wherever you're watching from. Do apologize for the quality. It's not the normal. It's not the norm. All right, we just might be able to do this. All right, so let's see what's happening on Solana right now, because I know you guys are Solana degens. We've actually recently been DCAing and just trying to hold the bags of Ponky, Orc, and Waffles on Solana right now. So let's see what is getting the most liquidity right now. So yeah, Mooding just kind of came out of nowhere and is starting to kind of dominate in terms of the interaction, social interaction. So I'm curious if you guys actually got into that. I see that our trades probably got into that trade. Okay, so people are okay. Polkadot, PayPay, yep, PayPay. Yeah, a lot of things are pumping really hard. SHIB, though, this is what's crazy. Shiba Inu, told you guys that Shiba Inu, the charts don't lie. Like it was showing that it was in this massive descending wedge that it was like due for a breakout, and that is what a lot of these altcoins are looking like, having these major breakouts. So, what has the most liquidity right now on Solana? Interesting enough, you got Book of Meme, so Bohm. You got Cat in the Dog's World, Mew, Manenki, Michi. You got Mother Iggy. And what's interesting is that, Iggy Azalea actually came out to be, like, so people were obviously suspect, or you know, couldn't trust a lot of these celebrities coming into the space because of either their rug pulling, or they don't really actually care. They just come in, cash grab, and then they leave, and they don't ever like stick with, the community of crypto, or go to the events, or have something that can be lasting, and to also have something that, also helps your reputation, your credibility. And so with Iggy Azalea going to Token 2049 and going to some of the Solana events and keeping up with her token means that she means business, and she actually is, you know, is pulling some smart moves. So we're keeping this on the radar, because we're just fascinated that actually this one ended up as high over some of these, kind of like Dog with Hat, Moo Moo, Popcat. I mean, come on. So it's interesting to me. I don't know if it's interesting to you, but I haven't bought any. I've only bought Ponky, Orc, Waffles on Solana. I've kept it pretty simple. I mean, I could still maybe speculate into some of these, like Mew. I know Mew and Moo Moo have been actually doing really well. I know there's some of you that actually like smoking chicken fish, which I think is hilarious. Um, yeah, so there's some things to speculate in. Obviously, you have Daddy, the Andrew Tate coin. Yeah, but that's on Solana. Start going into Ethereum. This is where we want to get into things like Pepe and PayPay. But I want to look at the liquidity. Let's see where the liquidity's at. You guys, make sure you're hitting the like button. I know this stream is not the normal stream. If you've ever tuned into a Dano Crypto live stream, you know this is not the way we usually have the setup. But our power is out, so we're doing a hybrid setup right now just to make sure we can get some content out. And did I have the screen shared? Oh, I thought I had the screen shared, but I don't. Now I will. I've just been sitting here yapping. Okay, here we go. There's the screen. Here's that. See if we can get a decent view. See how this view is. No, don't want that. I don't want that either. There we go. Okay. All right, so we were just going through the Solana tokens. We thought we had the screen shared, but we did not. All right. So now we're on ETH with the highest liquidity. So highest liquidity, we have Aave, but then also we have Pepe, Mog, and look what's popping up here. Harry Potter, Obama Sonic 10 Inu, ticker Bitcoin. We have Bobo and PayPay, and then SPX 6900. And I bet you'll start to see, yep, you can see Kendu Inu in here. So these are all our favorites. These are the ones that we're following. We are following MAGA, the MAGA hat, because we feel like the bullish lead up into the election going through October, this one could see some traction, especially with the results that could happen. Let's go and look at Kendu real quick. Kendu, I think, is massively underrated in terms of one of the dog coins. Man, it's going to be really hard for these charts to load. Oh, it's going to try. All right. Starting to get a little warm, just a little warm in my house, but it makes me think about how spoiled we are with turning on the lights, because I know you guys do this too. Whenever your power goes out, I bet you try and turn on a light switch like 20 times, knowing that the power is out, and you're going to walk into your closet and try and turn the light on, or walk into the bathroom and hit the light switch, and you're like, oh my jeez. I know you do it too. Hit the like button if you do that as well. All right, so on the 15-minute, Kendu's looking really good, but we want to look at it on the daily. Let's look at it on the daily. And again, guys, I apologize for the dinosaur movements that is happening right now. But if you want to know about Kendu just recently launched Kendu Chads, which is the NFT collection, and there's going to be a lot of mechanisms of that ecosystem by holding a Chad that you can be involved in, and it requires you to buy it with Kendu. And I think almost all of them are minted. Fairly close. But what I see here is we got this descending wedge. We're going to break up from that support. We're probably sitting at pretty close to support. It's just hard to tell because the chart won't move. I might just call it quits with trying to actually pull up the actual chart, and we'll just go as far as just talking about the price, talking about the coins. And we'll actually just go into some of the news right now. So Bitcoin, prices show positive 30-day correlation with China's central bank balance sheet. So the new inflow of cash could indirectly push up the price of Bitcoin, particularly in the long-term perspective. And so what we've seen is the M2 money supply, which the more we start to learn about that, is basically just like the global liquidity metric of basically governments printing fiat cash. And in our minds, now that we know more about money, especially over these past 8 years, we've just learned so much. I mean, there's just so many eye-opening things about how you can really make some make some choices that can set you back. But when you learn from those, and you learn from those mistakes and turn them into lessons, that you can really actually you can do something about it. But yeah, basically, what do you think these governments are going to do? What do you think these institutions are going to do when they have this freshly printed fiat money? I want you to tell me in the chat what you think all of that fiat money, where do you think it's going to go into? It's not going to be held under their mattress. They're not going to bury it in the backyard. They're going to they're going to invest. They're going to invest into chains. They're going to invest into if we can load this page. Yeah, they're going to invest into chains. They're investing in chains like Sui. They're investing in chains like Base, Optimism, Binance Smart Chain still, Solana, Tron. Look at Tron's stablecoin market is ginormous. Let's look at the 1-day change of total value. This is great. BitTorrent with 15 protocols. I don't know if you guys remember BitTorrent, but obviously it was a torrent website where you could download torrent, ISOs and things like that to be able to do peer-to-peer file transferring and downloading and sharing. And now it's a protocol that is ran on the Tron blockchain. Pretty cool. 69%. And then we got Cardano. Cardano going up 19%. Cosmos Hub, and then we have Doge Chain. Let's see, we got Base in there. Base is going up, and I'm curious about the addresses too. So if we go to total addresses that are on these chains, oh, we can just go here. Can it do it? Let's reload the page. All right, and another metric too that we've been talking about is that the Bitcoin ETF spot volume is starting to get up into the 500 billions. So that's a lot. And what we think is going to happen that's going to push Ethereum over all-time highs is that we're going to start seeing, I think, close to 100 billion very soon with Ethereum. So once we start getting that type of inflow with the ETFs with Ethereum, then that's how we're going to get those massive moves with Ethereum and also with the altcoins. And so Bitcoin FOMO is back, 70K, and then a new record high is in sight. A 10 billion surge in stablecoin minting over the past weeks has flooded the market with liquidity. And so this is why we're seeing the moves that we're seeing currently right now. Bitcoin eyeing these levels. And then we got Binance founder CZ could be released today. So, and this is, I think this is breaking news that he has been released today. We'll see what the BNB price does with that. And so we basically have just been breaking out. Now, if you were to look at the charts, we've been breaking out of that cup and handle bull flag wedge that we've been just kind of a little overextended. I think there's some people that have said, look, if this thing is playing out way too long, like the flag is not supposed to be that long, but it could be because of the price manipulation and the suppression that Bitcoin has been seeing could be the correlation of why we haven't seen this thing break out yet. But now it does make sense that we're timing in with the election. We have the election happening, and on November 5th, we will know who will be president-elect of the United States. And there are some charts though that represent the correlation between the Bitcoin 4-year halving cycle and the 4-year presidential election cycle. And so and what I think that was a planned. It wasn't a coincidence I think it was on purpose to have it be during the election cycle. And so what that does is give a great hedge into say, okay, I don't, it doesn't matter at this point who's president, Bitcoin doesn't care. Because if you look at the chart and also the stock market, it's business as usual. So it kind of just proves that it really actually in some ways doesn't matter who the president is, because how much control does the president actually have if not they are going against the central banks and going against the Federal Reserve or going against the basically the deep state that is running everything from the back end. It's like I don't think these people are actually, they're not running the country. People who are running the country are the money changers and the corporations. I mean, now at this point, we've really learned that it's really the corporations and big pharma that run the country, because they're the ones that donate the most money to certain parties. They lobby for certain regulations to get through or to not go through to benefit their corporation. And so that's kind of what's been happening recently. I don't know if you guys agree with that. All right, yeah, cool. All right, so yeah, we got LMP Amelia off today. Awesome. Yeah, yeah. And surprisingly, me and my wife are off today as well. And so we are going to take advantage of that, man. Oh my god. Like we need a date night. We need a date night. I know you have days like that where you just been grinding, and maybe you and your partner, you just have not had a chance to like sit across from each other and like look each other in the eyes and like talk with without like a million distractions. So yeah, so we're actually going to get to do that today, which is really awesome. So I hope you get to do that with your partner as well. Hit the like button for that. All right, so yeah, Bitcoin's doing some things, man. Like I said, we were breaking out of this W pattern and a lot of the altcoins. And I'll tell you what, we are in a really good trade. We're in a really good Bitcoin trade right now. We did take some profits and we re-entered back in. So we didn't re-margin in. We actually put a limit order in because we thought, look, if we can actually stay strong above the 200-day moving average, then we will indeed get some we'll be able to profit really well with the momentum of it going back into the 70s, because we got an entry at 62.8. We also got an entry in at back when it retraced down into 63, into the high 63s, and then when it was in the 64. So now it being at 66.2, we are in a pretty decent position. And this is with PHEMEX. So if you want to check out that link in the description and you want to trade with that link, I think this is literally the last week that you can use that link and you don't have to KYC or use a VPN, and you can download the app. No issues. Just know that you basically are not going to be able to like on ramp directly from a debit card, or like from your bank account or something like that. You're going to have to know how to send crypto into this app and then know how to send it out. So that is just obviously a requirement of knowledge for this particular exchange. And you need to know how to do that anyway with any of the exchanges that you're using. And you need to know which ones have the different network support, because some of them say you want to have a lot of USDC support where you can deposit USDC using Polygon, Solana, Tron, just go down the line, of whatever chains that you can deposit USDC on, and also USDT. You got Arbitrum, you got Optimism, and you use all these different layers to be able to send this stuff. But right now, our trade is up 30% with this Bitcoin long. $60 in profit. Nothing too crazy. We already scooped some profits off of this one. So this is our swing long on Bitcoin. So you can see it there. We're holding this one as long as we can. And also, we're going to re-margin in it, just like we did with one of our own personal legendary trades that we did, where we were able to make $2,000 in profit on a USDT Bitcoin trade and also on a Bitcoin and perpetual Bitcoin trade. So we're trying to prove to ourselves for this time around that we can do that same thing. We can basically hedge and print fresh BTC off of this momentum of going into the banana zone that we've been talking about. All right, so we got 13 people watching on YouTube. We got 10 likes. Really appreciate it, guys, man. Solana finally started to trade back up into the top of the W. The thing that we made a mistake on with Solana is that we were taking small trades, high leverage with low margin. And so I'll tell you the mistake that we made recently, where we could have made a lot more money by having patience and trying to not just do small little trades. We could have put in a lot more margin at low leverage and have a stop loss set just in case, and then be able to have caught this run from our recent low where we were at even just 7 days ago, where we were in like 145, basically hitting this support level right here at 147, 145, and then riding a one long trade all the way up to 160, instead of try to scoot around and hop up and down and have too high lev with low margin. So this was my lesson with Solana. But I think right now, bouncing off of 160, the obvious key next level for Solana is the recent high that was 190. It was like 194. So if Bitcoin, or when Bitcoin starts to trade up close to its all-time highs again to try and break all-time highs, I think Solana will be indeed going to $200, along with the rest of the strong altcoins that people are trading into right now. And so I'm watching this. I'm still watching this. I think Solana has a good chance of going to probably $1,000 next year. So even buying Solana at $200 and the peak, I think, being at $1,000 going into the altcoin run, which will happen, I believe, in March. I think like February, March is going to be that sweet spot where a lot of the altcoins and Bitcoin, I think, is going to be at $320,000. I think Bitcoin in March 2025, this is my prediction, that we are going to be sitting at $325,000 per Bitcoin in March. And so I don't know what you guys are going to think that's going to do with the rest of the market, but I think it's going to cause a massive parabolic run, and it's going to happen kind of in a really short window. This is what's key, is that even right now, when altcoins are going up 25%, 30%, that's nothing. Like, we're going to get days where things are going to start going up 50%, and then things total by the end of the run would be a total of 1,000% for some of these altcoins. So even getting in a quarter of the way through the banana zone, you are still at a high probability of making profits over time, especially if you've been already DCAing in and you plan to sell whenever we start hitting some peaks of resistance. And so if you check the charts and you've watched the previous videos that I released, you'll know that Bitcoin's basically ready to break out in this banana zone. And if you just measure the run from September in 2020 going into 2021, we had a massive run. It was a massive run. All right, but yeah, so I'm super laggy on the screen right now. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream. We just wanted to do a quick stream, say hello, give you some of the news, see how bullish you guys are, see if you're making some money, what altcoins you're excited about. So I'm glad whoever came into this stream, I really do appreciate you. and make sure I don't know if I'm going to be streaming later. If the power comes back on, then 100% I will definitely be streaming later today. But I think if the power is still off, then I'm probably not going to stream. I'll just have to figure something out. But all right, I will see you guys on the next one. Happy trading. God bless you and your families. Hopefully, you have a good weekend. And hopefully, we can get one more stream in before the weekend comes in, because we are going to be coming back in for our regular scheduled programming, which is Monday through Friday, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, and um, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. We love you guys. We will see you later.